What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining us again at the Over the Top podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Juan.
Welcome back.
So, I just want to give a congratulations to pod member Juan for another world championship over with Madrid in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, it means so much to me that Club World Cup championship.
Hey, man, silverware is silverware.
Means a lot.
Silverware is silverware.
That's a big trophy, right?
That is true.
It's considered a big trophy.
I think it was bigger at one point. Like early 2000s was probably like, because I remember hearing about it more.
I could think of probably like 10 other trophies that I'd rather win other than
10 is crazy.
No.
10 is crazy.
It's not like the Community Shield. It's like...
I wouldn't say that about the Community Shield either.
You know what I mean?
It's not like
the region has their own like big tournament where all the best teams in the region play. You win that, you beat all the teams from that region. This is technically you're the best in the world, right?
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
It's a representation.
I mean, but it's not Champions League.
It's not Champions League,
which is odd.
No, but I'm saying they have Champions League.
No, I know, but it's not the same. It's not the same prestige, is what I mean.
But that's how you get into this.
Yeah,
tournament.
of course. Like
you have to win the Champions League of each region in the world. You know?
I don't know. If I was a player, I'd be pretty content with that trophy.
Talking to the mic.
Yeah. How many trophies? Like, let's see. I'd rather probably win a Prem.
He's about to list them. That's crazy.
Here we go.
Probably,
Obviously, like a league title. I understand.
League title, you know what I mean?
I'd rather, would you take
I might even
this?
rather Europa League title, even over this.
Oh, stop it! No, that
because I already won the Champions League. You know, I mean, think about the teams, the quality of the teams that are like in this tournament after the Champions League.
I mean, Europa wasn't usually as lit as it is right now. Like, there's real teams in Europa right now.
But I mean, I'm taking this over like a Copa del Rey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like League Cup. Yeah, it's a big trophy. I think
might be Madrid's only trophy this year. We'll see. But
either way, shout out. That's silverware. A lot of people can't say they won anything.
And Madrid look good. Madrid look real good, especially with Benzema back.
Benz is back. That's
when is he retiring?
Before we play against Liverpool this week, actually.
My guy is in form. When do you think he's like? How long does he have left? He's in form, bro. He just knows how to score goals.
Because I feel like the average age of like a center forward is just being pushed further and further back. As long as you stay healthy.
Look at Ibrahimovic.
Exactly.
Is he coming back to AC?
He's I don't know.
Done?
If anyone is gonna dare to Zlatan, I wouldn't be mad at them. That's my guy. Shout out to Zlatan, bro. Shout out to Zlatan from college too. If you know, you know.
Craziness.
But yeah, I think Valverde, Vini, and Benz have been in good form for a little while.
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
And then we have arguably the best midfield in the world, and then arguably the best.
Arguably for real.
No, I'm kidding.
Arguably the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah, arguably everything.
That's actually the one that's probably not an argument at this point.
Yeah, that's not an argument.
Probably pretty.
You don't think De Gea? No, I'm playing.
De Gea actually almost.
Hey, wait. If we're shouting out club teams, can we shout out United for sliding up into second place there for a second? We're still third. Yeah, listen. We're in form. All right, I was talking to somebody today. I want to say United is back for this one reason. The game was 0-0 up until, 60, 70 minutes. I didn't think we were going to lose the game. I was just waiting for us to score. I haven't felt like that since Alex Ferguson was the coach.
Yeah, you definitely got something brewing over there.
You get me?
You definitely got something brewing over there.
Maybe they'll make it to the FIFA Club World Cup. They can't actually. Sorry about that.
That's hilarious.
But a Champions League spot will be solid for you guys.
Oh yeah, I think we're definitely going to secure a Champions League spot without question.
Yeah, we'll see.
What do we think is going to happen in the city? Are they going to kick these thieves out of the league?
No shot. That's never
no relegation.
Happened.
What do you think? Unregistering like half the team? What?
No shot.
I do you think they're gonna get like a serious penalty?
Did they go through with the Juventus one, or is that in trial?
They lost 15 points.
Yeah. I know it was deducted, but like, can they appeal?
I think they're still in like the appeals process.
That's fair. I don't think they're gonna win that appeal.
I don't know. It seems like
Don't they have a
Half their
history
team
of?
is gonna be gone then if they
Don't
don't
they
win
have a
that
history of
appeal.
cheating?
Next
Yeah.
year, half of
Am I
Juventus is
crazy?
gonna be
Don't they
playing
have a
in
history of that?
England.
Haven't they like
Oh yeah, Juventus
cheated before? Yeah, word. I'm not bugging, right?
In 2005, so actually the last time Napoli won the title was because they came in second, but Juventus.
I think we spoke about that last week.
cheating,
Yeah.
So then that was Napoli the last time they won the title.
What's this? They won. They won.
But that would be so weird, right? Say like City beat Arsenal to the title by like 3 points, and then they deduct it and say Arsenal won the title.
But what if
City cheated.
Arsenal's
like,
up the
you know what I
end
mean?
of
Is
the
that
season?
still, you still feel good about that title? No, say it's United, right? So United end up finishing second, and City beat them by like 8 points. But they deduct the points from City.
To be
Yeah.
objective,
Are you still running around
to
saying
be
we won the title?
objective, to be objective, United has probably the most annoying fan base in the world. They would absolutely treat that like we smoked everybody. Like, if they would be like, "Oh my God, you see it? We're back in full effect." Like it's just like we're adding to the fans are
That's
terrible.
such a weird title. That's like a bubble championship, you know.
Yeah, like
It counts.
how much?
Some said that was real ball.
How much do you think players really care about financial fair play?
No one
You
cares.
know what
That's
I mean?
not their
They just
business.
want to win, no matter.
I
what
mean, that's
team
not their
they're on,
business
you know?
though. Whatever the team does, I play here. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Like they don't control that.
So at the end of the day, as a player,
Even Pep was like, "Listen, if that's the case, I'll breeze, but I'm standing by him until I hear something that I don't like."
so like basically, as a player, if you really didn't finish at the top of the league, but you just got deducted points, it kind of feels like, all right, if the team that got the points deducted from them, like they probably still feel like they still won the league, and the team that won the league because they got the points deducted from them, got added points. Basically, like they probably feel like, all right, like
I feel like the team that gets the point strip feels worse than the team that wins it off a technicality. You still won.
yeah,
So all right, yeah, we won. Whatever, we'll file this away as a solid season, and we won on a technicality.
but it's not the same.
To
feeling,
lose
though.
off of that is like, come on, bro. Like that hurts. For cheating, financial cheating.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, all that surrounding City, they still got a big win today, so that's pretty impressive. They look like they haven't skipped a beat.
Leon disappointed me today.
I mean, he's playing against City. You're playing against Ruben Diaz, Laporte.
I'm gonna go down and
Like-
just out on this limb. Leon Bailey is a baller. Like, hey, that's my opinion.
I guess.
One of the fastest players in Europe.
I mean, so was Usain
Good
Bolt
touch.
when he signed that 2-day contract for Dortment.
You gotta relax. You have to relax.
Speed only means so much. In this
Speed
game.
kills.
It does, but speed without control is nothing.
He has a touch. He didn't show it off today, but he got a touch.
No, he did not.
Way. No, that speaking of that though, that Jack Grealish penalty. What did we think about that? Did he not trip himself? Am I crazy? I don't think he got touched. And then they didn't review it. Like what constitutes like we have to review this under VAR, and what is like this is absolutely the call. Like I don't understand that.
I don't know, because after watching that Chelsea game too, I thought that
That too,
they
like
should have at least reviewed that.
you know what I like? Like come on, like that's crazy a little bit. Not even a little bit. That's crazy. Like what? Why do we
I mean,
VAR
that's the
some
thing.
things
It's
and
like-
not others?
They say it's in like an obvious error, but that's the tough part because that's subjective, right? That's up to the ref. But I mean,
So the ref decides if you review.
yes.
it.
So like, we
So
were
his
talking
decision,
about-
his check and balance is him.
I mean, there's always been refs. There's always been human error involved.
I
in
like
soccer.
human error soccer.
All right, so
but if
yeah,
VAR
so
is
do the refs.
available, that can't happen.
I mean, they're not at a point where
I'm not saying human error can't happen. That Chelsea thing, we got to at least review that. At the least, just take a look.
I mean, at the same time, we're still in like the early days of VAR. So
Early days. This what were we 5 years in? 2, 3, 4 years in?
it's
and
been
they're
a little
still
while now.
and they're
It's
still
been a minute.
yeah,
They're
but
still
they're still
learning,
tinkering in, trying to find a way to keep the
They
game
also
smooth
got like four
and
other
flowing.
refs. They also got like 4 other refs watching the game upstairs, and that's their sole job is to like be like, yo, tell the center ref like, yo, you should probably review that call. You know?
Yo, refs
Like-
don't
Are
get
Are we
held
sure they're
accountable.
upstairs, or is it like a work from home job?
Even if it is like,
Either way, it doesn't matter. That's their only job.
well, to be fair, if it's a work from home job, like if someone gets up to use the bathroom at
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm saying. He's probably like making breakfast. Oh shit! They're like, "What do you think?"
just making beans on toast.
I mean, they always show him on camera before the game
Beans on
starts.
toast.
No, but I don't know. You know how I feel about VAR, man. Yeah. It's too iffy. If it's not gonna be everything, which I don't want it to be, then I just don't know.
So after a tough tie this weekend, how do we feel about Arsenal? We still think they got the title on lock? Or we think
As a hater, I feel like they're gonna fumble it in true Arsenal fashion. But no, I think they can win the league. If they don't win the league, I'd be mildly disappointed just because my pops. I kind of want to see my dad get a Premier League championship.
see one more win in his lifetime.
You gotta chill. God forbid. But he hasn't seen it since I was a young man. They haven't won since 2004, right?
That was it.
Invincibles, hella ties. Oh, by the way, people don't talk about that. Mad ties in that season. I'm not taking anything away from it, but they're undefeated. Mad ties.
They still didn't lose. Right?
0
They
losses.
didn't lose. They did
Zero
not
losses.
lose. They won that season undefeated, but there was mad ties.
But how do you feel? Those are your boys over at Arsenal. You still feeling confident? Let's say you had.
I think when Jesus comes back, I think he's gonna add a lot to the team. So,
Would you bet the farm on it?
the whole farm?
The whole farm, barn, everything.
It depends how long Haaland's out for. Because didn't he just pick up an injury?
Did he?
Little hamstring
I
injury
stopped watching
at
at the end
halftime.
there.
So what do you think that means for? Because Arsenal plays City next.
Yeah.
If Haaland makes the game, what do you think? Who do you think's winning?
I need City to win that game.
I mean, are they? Is it at Emirates or where is it at? The game.
Ooh, is it at the
Good
Etihad?
question. I think it's actually at the Emirates, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
It is.
I'm
yes.
feeling. I don't know. For some
At
reason,
the Emirates.
I'm feeling like a tie for that game. But I think if Arsenal at least ties a game, even if they lose the second game against City, they still have a chance of winning the Prem.
If they tie that, I think they're good.
They're good.
I think they can
As long as they
muster
don't
up enough to
lose,
win like the rest of
the
their
games
games.
against City. I think they'll be okay. But then again, I think Alvarez is doing a pretty decent job. But then there's a lot going on at City. I feel like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like I feel like Cancelo has a lot of has had issues with Pep, and that's why he left. And then De Bruyne really hasn't been playing as much as he should be playing. Like why isn't De Bruyne basically starting every game? You know, and then they have Alvarez playing like a false nine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like,
with all of that, they're all over the place, especially with everything going on with the FIFA Fair Play. But to be fair, they're consistent. Like they're still producing on the field, like quality football.
I think City has, from top to bottom, the best roster that you can possibly have.
That's the problem with FIFA Fair Play.
Yeah, they're getting a little trouble for that.
That's why. No, they have a solid squad. I hate to admit it because they weren't a thing until oil money. I stand on that.
A lot of teams weren't.
Don't speak so soon because if I'm not mistaken,
Qataris. Yo, please, if you're a Qatari sheik watching this, or if you're just a Qatari rich person, you know what I'm saying, you stumble upon the Over the Top podcast, please buy United. You know what I mean?
Please
it's a
buy
solid
Over
club.
The Top podcast.
It has good. hey, that as well. But we have prestige. We have history. You know what I mean? We're a solid club. We have integrity. Just take a look at it. Just take a look. I have a DVD, Class of '92. I'll put that up. Put a link somewhere. Watch that. It's fire. I got that for my birthday one year.
Oh man,
Class of '92 DVD.
You got it good. So we have a pretty big week coming up. Champions League.
Champions League.
It's finally back.
We can
Huge
watch games
matchup.
during work
The
again.
champions.
Shout out to
Yo,
work.
you gotta love that song, honestly.
What happened to my
Goosebumps.
guy Magisterial? What's his actual
Ray
name?
Hudson.
Ray Hudson.
Yeah.
What's he
That
doing?
guy's like Messi's biggest fanboy. I mean,
just-
as everybody else.
Bro,
should
he
be, but-
calls a game. Like he calls a good game. I'm not going front of it.
Yeah, I wonder what he's been up to.
What's
lately.
he up to? I haven't heard Magisterial in years.
That was the golden era.
Some
When
of
you
his
hear that,
probably-
you know your boy was balling.
probably like an announcement, like some Saudi Arabian league. They probably picked him up.
He's probably at home just
Their
not
back
talking,
contract.
just tired of speaking over the air forever.
But PSG Bayern, that's the first matchup of the week. PSG lost this weekend. Messi and Mbappe both didn't play. They lost 3-1 to Monaco.
Messi's hurt, right?
Yeah, but it's a slight injury, so he should probably be back by the
Champions
game. But, I mean, how do you guys feel about this one? No Mbappe going into Bayern.
I think Bayern is the better team, so, I mean, I'm picking Bayern. Just like if you don't have Mbappe, you have Messi, but PSG's, they're a good team, but, like, they're aging.
Yeah.
They're not very deep.
They're deep in the wrong places. So they have, like, so many midfielders, but their forward line is just, like...
And their defense, isn't their average age of defense in the 30s? It's
funny to say because their forward line is Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. But if any of them are hurt, which, as you can see, they're going through right now, they're in big trouble because they have no backup. They let Sarabia go in the winter, and they did not replace him. They tried to get Ziyech, but they flew him
paperwork.
Paris just to tell him no. So
paperwork. That's always funny to me when transfers fall through because of that. Shout out to that De Gea fall through. I really like that one.
You know what I mean? You just
kept him home where he belongs. You know.
PSG's best bet is going for a draw and hoping that everybody's healthy.
You're parking the bus
for the second round, even though they have a home game, and it's very, very hard to play at Bayern Stadium. But if we're gonna have an injured Messi and then also no Mbappe, I think personally, if PSG can come out with the draw, then that would be a good result for them. Especially because they just lost to Monaco for 3-1, and they dropped a lot of points the last couple of weeks, and just in general in like League One, which is very surprising as the last like 10 years they've completely dominated League One. They should have the League One by now, you know.
Yeah.
Most years they usually do.
It is odd, but I mean I think they'll be fine
in the league for sure. But I agree. I would.
But no, it is alarming.
I'd park the bus if possible against Bayern.
Yeah, I think that's a good
play for a draw. Maybe nick like a set piece goal and play it safe.
Then again, I think PSG still has a solid defense. They got Marquinhos. They got Sergio Ramos. I think Kimpembe is back now.
Yeah, he's good.
And they have Hakimi. I think they have a very, very solid.
I like Hakimi a lot too. Yeah.
Back four, and if you could include Donnarumma, he basically won Italy a Euro. So
yeah,
he might be able to win him a Champions League. You never know.
GG 2.0.
You never count that boy out. So
that's true.
He's definitely the new GG. We haven't had a new Dita.
The new Buffon. So the second game of the day on Tuesday is Tottenham and AC Milan.
Shocking that that's the one he wants to talk about next. Just apparel-wise.
So I'll get y'all thoughts on it first because
You're going to go deep.
Not too deep.
Slightly. I mean, go off if you got to go off. Get technical.
I'm not getting technical on it, but the way Tottenham's set up right now, I might sound a little crazy, but I feel like they'd be a good tournament team. They have like a lot of good players still, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, their front line is still Harry Kane, Son, Kulusevski, and Richarlison. Like one of them off the bench. So I mean, you got
Richarlison is hot and cold for you guys, though. I think.
But you saw what he did in the World Cup.
Was Tottenham in the World Cup?
I'm just saying, he's got magic. Anything.
He does, but he's hot and cold for you. Like it's like average or both.
All I'm saying is like Tottenham is like setting up to be. I feel like the dark
Sixth
horse
place
of the Champions League. Really, because like they already kind of lost the league. I mean, they're playing for like Champions League spots. Yeah. So like I feel like they could really just like lock in and hone in on the Champions League games. And like I said, their front line, there's goals there.
Milan beat.
So I think
Milan beat Torino this week Or did they?
Yeah, I think they beat them.
They won?
1-0.
Do you think? What do you think? Like, you're taking Tottenham just like objectively, or are you taking Tottenham just
What's
off
your
the
final
strength?
score?
I'm taking Tottenham subjectively.
Just off the strength.
Off the strength.
I feel you, which I'm not mad at. No, I hear you.
What's the final score prediction?
Honestly, I see a tie there.
2-0 Tottenham.
2-0 time.
Really?
That's what I'm calling.
Because they're away.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
They
a
were
good
home,
result.
it'd be 4-0.
All right.
That's a good result.
That's a great result.
No, yeah, 2-0 away is a great result for you guys. Maybe 2-1. But I see Milan scoring.
They got Rafael. They got Giroud.
They're not
Diaz.
slouchy.
They got
going forward.
a little solid squad.
Little
there.
team. I'm not worried though.
Little team, just a little team.
Little team.
Little team, nothing.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Only made it to the round of 16.
That's all.
Just a little team.
That's it. Just a little team like us that made it to the round
So
of
much
16 as
history
well.
involved in the AC Milan, but just a little team.
Little bit.
History doesn't win you games. Unless you're
Shout out to
Madrid.
Liverpool.
Yeah, they just handed us the trophy.
Yeah,
Right?
they do. They do pretty much at this point.
I mean, who they playing
I'm pretty
against?
sure the Real Madrid name is already inscribed in the Champions League trophy.
Oh, for this year?
Rightfully so. I mean,
They're my favorite.
that's what they do. They show up for the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's just in their DNA.
I got Tottenham as well. I think they'll probably pull out like a 2-1 win.
I can see 2-1, but I don't know. I'm not sleeping on AC Milan to just lose at home like that. Maybe they pull out a tie. I don't know if they win at home, but I think they can hold Tottenham to a tie. Maybe 1-1.
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about it next week too.
We'll see how things end up. Another big game we got going on next week is Liverpool Madrid.
Madrid.
So we just gonna skip over Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Right?
I'm waiting. I didn't want to jump the gun, but I'm waiting for Chelsea.
Man.
The reason I'm
like
waiting for Chelsea.
That's not high enough quality.
Does
for you,
anyone
you know?
The
really
reason- chill,
care about Chelsea?
It's-
The reason I'm hyped for Chelsea this week is because Conte is back.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's fit for Champions League.
Okay.
So I want to see Conte.
So is he gonna start Conte and Enzo at the same time?
Why not?
That's a wicked piece of midfield.
That's a
I'm not
nice
gonna
little-
lie. Yo, Conte.
That's a nice little.
Yo,
pen
I
right there.
love Conte, bro. Like he's a quintessential center defensive. My son is a workhorse. You know who
he transformed into the quintessential center defensive mid. He wasn't like ideally your center defensive mid
That's
did
what
not look
he
like
is.
a
So what? He's
5'4"
5'4".
dude who's like
Don't worry about that.
110 pounds.
Don't worry about it. Can you get past him? Is he annoying? I love Conte. Bro, imagine if Conte had Paul Pogba in front of him. Paul Pogba is balling in that.
It's the only time we've really seen Pogba play well.
Yeah, when he has
10 years.
Yeah, when he has a nice. It's a real simple formula for Pogba. I feel like we talked about this already, but it's a very simple formula. I don't know why teams haven't cracked this already. If you're gonna buy him, just buy a really good center defensive mid or have one. Pirlo, best he ever played in his life. Plays with France.
Scott
Conte's right
McTominay.
there. I said imagine. Conte plays with him in France. Like it's right there.
I'm saying this right now. Chelsea right now are in horrible form, and they're playing Dortmund away. Dortmund's probably the hardest team to play.
That stadium is
that stadium is
that
ridiculous.
stadium is
And
a
Dortmund's in good
doozy.
form. Sebastian Holler's back. I think.
You know they have the American dream, Gio Reyna.
The jury.
I can see an upset. That's all I'm gonna say.
You can see an upset.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Chelsea's gonna be favored, but I can see them losing to Dortmund.
Oh, you think Dortmund winning is an upset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chelsea has like a $8,000 million squad. So
I mean, they've tied since
I mean, in terms of like,
all that money being spent.
yeah.
Just beer tie. You spent all that to tie? I want to see them do well, surprisingly. I don't know. I like them since Drogba. Like, I love Drogba as a kid. So, Anelka and
yeah, they could use him. They could use a real goal scorer.
Yo, he probably still have it.
Chelsea can't score.
Bring him in.
And
They need a center forward, man.
which is so interesting that obviously this was with the earlier regime, but them selling Tammy Abraham and never finding anyone who could probably
Yo,
score
he's
more Premier
nice.
League goals than him.
I really like him as he's nice.
They sold him and replaced him with Werner and Havertz.
Timo.
Havertz is their starting forward now. Do you think Tammy Abraham starting in the same team gets more goals or less than Kai Havertz?
I mean, I think Tammy when, before he left, he was scoring a ridiculous amount of goals for the amount of playing time he was getting.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. Like the fact that they shipped him off, like really just doesn't add up to me. Well, I mean, also they brought in Lukaku thinking he would
Be the one.
Yeah,
They've done that like what 2 times already, 3 times.
But at the time I was never mad at because he really smashed it in Italy the year before. But
I mean, that's how he gets his contracts. He goes to Italy, balls out. Again, I feel like we talked about it.
yeah, makes sense. But we have a Champions League final rematch coming up with Liverpool and Madrid, and I feel like will be the 10th time Liverpool has lost to Madrid in the last 3 years. But what do you guys think of this?
Yeah, I agree. They're not winning. But remember, I'm going to be biased but objective about it. I don't like Liverpool. To be honest. But yeah, I don't think they're going to win that game.
No, especially since Madrid is coming in healthy.
And they're in horrible form, dog. What are they, 11th, 10th right now?
Yeah.
Considering that
Are they still 10th or did they drop to 11th?
Liverpool
Hovering around that mid-table.
Yeah, like they're in doesn't matter territory.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time Liverpool won a Prem game? December 30th, I think, was the last time Liverpool won a Prem game. They lost 3-1 to Brentford on the 2nd.
That was years
Played
ago.
an FA Cup game, tied that 2-2 to Wolves. Lost 3-0 to Brighton in the Prem. They lost 1-1-0 to Wolves in the FA Cup. Tied to Chelsea. They lost to Brighton 2-1 in the FA Cup 4th round. They lost to
They're in
Wolves
shit form.
3-0. Absolutely horrible form. They're playing Everton tomorrow. Maybe that'll get them some momentum going.
Damn, shit versus slightly
Maybe
better.
they won't, but
Yeah, they need that. I think a win against your rivals will probably do like a little confidence, which they'll need. But I'm just picturing like that poor kid, Bajcetic, the 18-year-old, like his head's gonna be like spinning in circles trying to pick the ball off Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, and Chouameni or whoever they stick in there. So
Be a long day. I do real quick want to shout out Napoli though. 9 straight home league wins,
yeah, they're not playing around.
and they're forward.
Osimhen.
8 goals in his last 6 games. No, he's the leading goal scorer in 2023 right now.
Yeah, and
Across
they
the top
won
5
today.
leagues.
Another 3-0
Yeah.
win.
Balling.
They're looking good, man.
Balling.
They're looking good. And I was thinking about this Napoli team, right? And it kind of reminded me of like a couple of teams of years past, kind of like your Ajax and your Leicester, a team that, you know, somehow, some way makes like a few couple of really good signings and propel themselves forward. And they're at that stage where like they're going to win the league this year. And hopefully they go far in the Champions League.
I'd like to see it just because there's historic.
Right, just something a little different. But, like, will they be able to keep this team together is going to be the trickiest part.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we've seen in the past, even like Monaco, right? They had Mbappe, Fabinho, Bernardo Silva.
Damn.
Like a bunch of really good players. And, you know, they had to sell them all. Like, is that where this Napoli team is going? I know someone's probably going to come in with like a good offer for Osimhen.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean,
some Prem team will end up buying him. You know,
I think
you know
it'll
how
be-
it is,
You know,
like,
Chelsea got their eye
Gotta
on it.
find
they got
someone
their eye
who-
on everybody. They got the all seeing eye at this point. But I mean, as long as it can last, I'm rooting for them.
So like they can focus a lot of their energy on the Champions League, and they're also playing Frankfurt in the first round. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, don't sleep on Frankfurt. But
But they're in form. I think
but
they can
I
come
think
in.
that's
and
an easy.
that's 2-0 for
They're gonna
them.
be
I think.
they're gonna be in the next round for sure. I mean, they would have to really fumble the bag on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they haven't like been in this situation before. I'd say that's the only thing going against them, but neither has Frankfurt. And I mean, based off their earlier games, they still finished first in a group with Liverpool. So
I'm curious to know.
doesn't seem like the moment's too big for them.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
football is football.
That's what you think.
Ball have a run. So
That's
it's
what you
run
think.
ball. I mean, it's a bigger stage, but
But
At
are we
some
seeing the
point.
same Liverpool that we've seen the past couple of years? You know, that's what I'm thinking right now is like, obviously it was like Napoli, Liverpool, and was it Juventus in the same group or who was?
Man, was it Porto? I think Porto was also in there, right?
you sure?
No, that doesn't make sense. I like.
Yeah, I don't think Porto
that doesn't make, because Porto is also through. So.
No, it was Ajax.
Okay.
Like, is Liverpool the Liverpool that we saw like when they made the final against Madrid? No, I don't think it's the same.
No, clearly not.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know how Napoli would play against like a team that is at a very, very high level. You know,
I'd like to see it, just because they're in great form. Like I think they
like
could
a Bayern
rise to the occasion.
or Madrid.
Madrid would be very interesting to see.
Even
Damn,
like
that's a
Tottenham,
good game.
you know,
Napoli, Madrid right now.
Yeah, hopefully Napoli earn the right to play them.
Yeah, that's a good game. If they can get there, I like that. Damn, I do like that. I hope they can get through.
Yeah, I think.
Shout out to them just for a
Victor will
shake
be
up in
gone,
the
though,
Champions League.
by the summer, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also have that winger that I still don't know how to pronounce his name, considering there's no vowels in it. But
Ooh.
he's also been killing it. 77, I forget his name. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
Kavicha?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's been doing well. But so that's who do you got? Who do you got for Champions League? Putting in now.
To win?
Who do you think's coming away
winner?
with it?
I think this is City's year.
Ooh.
And that's coming from a Madrid fan. I think if Haaland's 100%, I think City's got it. Even though they're known to choke in the Champions League, Haaland's really gonna do them justice this year.
I can't give it to him. I don't think so.
All right, so who you got? I mean, I'm. This is from an unbiased perspective right now. You know?
No, I know.
Like, I'm 100% a Madrid fan. I would love to see them win another Champions League. I think they have the squad. I think everybody's in pretty good form, but I think just City's just like too good. You know?
I can see. I want to say Bayern, but they're not gonna win it.
What makes you say that?
I'm gonna go with Bayern. Actually, that's my pick. Lock it. Fine. Bayern for the Champions League this year. I'm locking it.
If everyone's healthy,
Who you got, Nick?
Madrid's going back to back.
I can see that. That's the most likely, bro.
It pains me.
That's the most likely.
It pains me to say this as a Barcelona fan.
You're a Barca fan?
Of course, I'm a Barcelona fan.
Your boy Pedri's bowling.
Of course.
How you feel about that guy? You like him?
He's got Barca DNA.
Young Spanish man.
Yeah.
He does got that Barca DNA.
Yeah. Their midfield is set.
They're good.
I
for
like
the
how
next
Barca
few years.
Madrid's midfields are set for like the next 10 years to like, keep El Clasico.
I was gonna say we got some good Clásicos coming.
Yeah.
And we might get Jude.
Mine is like Jude. Yo, I want him to go to Madrid so bad.
Well,
that would be a good signing for both parties.
Madrid or City at this point, right? Unless
if he's allowed to at City,
someone at like Liverpool can blackmail him. It's really what it is.
Why would he go to Liverpool? Weren't we when were we talking about this? Was this in person or in the group chat?
Group.
With everybody, right?
Yeah, with a certain Liverpool fan.
Yeah, he's not going
delusional.
I'm not gonna say all that, but I mean, he's not going to Liverpool, guys. It's not happening.
And it's crazy because like the thing that I don't, obviously I think Madrid can win it all, but like it would be just like it's so hard for me to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like
why
without having Ronaldo on our squad, like he
did it
won us
last year.
like 4 Champions Leagues. Not obviously just him. You know, we have our like Luka Modric, which is probably top 3 midfielders ever, and then Cruz, and we had Casemiro. So
I mean, did it last year without him? And
that was probably you did it last year.
That was probably
and Benz rose to the occasion like he does.
But the thing is, like, did you see the run that Benzema had in Champions League? Like,
that's what he does.
What we need to see again. And do you really think that
that's
possible? Like, did you see what Benz did against like?
Yes.
We had this the hardest way to the final like ever. We played like PSG.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in Benzema, bro.
We played Man City, and like Chelsea.
More than just believing in Benzema, you have a lot of young. So it's more like I believe in Vinicius, right? Okay. Each year he's getting a little bit better. So
Which
like,
is fair.
you're having to rely less on Benzema, and Vinicius is like working his way up. So Vinicius,
And
Rodrigo,
Valverde too.
I still think Benzema's class. I don't think he's going anywhere
Me
anytime
neither.
soon. So as long as he's healthy,
Only thing that can end his career right now is injury. I think
Yeah.
he's good for another
2.
3 at a high level.
I'll give him 2, hopefully 3.
3 at a high level, I think he's good for.
But
How much
that's what
longer?
I'm saying. Vinicius is like, he's that X factor. You know, you were the one that was saying it. And the more I think about it, makes a lot
Yeah,
of
no,
sense
you've
talking
been
about, like,
Juan's definitely been high on Vinny.
it's Haaland, Mbappe, and Vinicius is there with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say they're there, but like
He's knocking at the door.
He's right there. You know
He's
what I'm
there.
saying?
So the thing about Haaland is like we're all very excited, and obviously he was on a tear to start the season. But what if the goals dry up? Let's say he ends the season on like 27 goals.
Oh my God, what a terrible season.
You know what I mean?
What? That's
But,
still
like,
an
I'm
amazing
just saying,
season.
You know, he obviously started in like crazy form, so it's like, oh, Haaland. But
So if you started slow and ended fast, that's better?
no, I'm just saying
Goals
that
are goals,
I think the way
bro.
he started has us thinking he's just like out of here.
That's fair.
And,
Okay,
like,
so like
obviously
he
he's good, but
broke
I-
records
I
too.
truly believe Vinicius is like
He was like
right
what
there
first to
Yeah.
first
with
to
Mbappe and
8
Haaland.
hat tricks, 10 hat tricks.
You know what I mean? And so keeping him happy in Madrid will be Florentino's number one job for a couple years coming, and that might be a little difficult considering it seems like there's a little bit of racism in
Spanish media.
over there. Some of those
Spanish media might run
some
him
of
out.
those Spanish fans giving him a tough time.
A little shtick. Why did they say that?
A little stick. Yeah, they're giving him some stick. Giving him some
Why?
stick. Because you probably used to beat people with sticks.
No,
I
no,
mean, the
continue.
thing
continue. Why isn't that?
I think
just
I
continue.
forget who quoted him saying. I think it was like Valverde basically said like, the reason why they're racist to him is because he's better than everybody else. You know what I mean? It's the only way to get.
I mean,
his
it's still.
head, you know
I
what
mean, the
It's
reason
like,
don't matter. He's still racist to him.
Yeah,
like-
obviously, there's no excuse to.
no, not even
you
the
know.
excuses. Just like at some point, he might be like, "I'm over this." But where do you go, England?
It's probably
Yeah.
the same shit there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Where do you go to escape racism? Unless he
exactly.
wants to play in Africa.
Yeah. But
Yo, they might have to
it-
put
it's just
together a league or something. Cause
it's just a way to try to get into his head for him to not perform at the level
Yeah.
he's performing, because teams know that like if he's performing at the top, has he like the standard he's been performing at, like it's almost impossible to stop him, you know.
Mhm.
And especially if Benzema's healthy and Valverde's doing his thing
Okay.
too, like obviously that's not acceptable and shouldn't be acceptable in football, but it's
So if
almost
it's not
impossible
acceptable and it's been a problem that's keeps poking its head around,
yeah.
well, how do you guys think we would stop it? Right?
Racism in
Ideally-
football?
Racism?
Yeah, ideally.
It's
right?
been a thing
We wanna
forever.
get
You
out of
can't
it.
stop
So-
it.
So for you, no stopping it. Just
How do you stop people's mindset?
Yeah.
We're gonna say don't be racist anymore. That's not what. Like, what are you gonna do?
That's like basically asking to stop.
You're asking-
world
you're-
racism.
I was about to say you're
Because
asking
soccer is an
football.
international sport.
You're asking football to change culture. That's not gonna happen.
so, but I mean, isn't when you're in the stadium more of a controlled environment than the entire world? So you don't think there's a way to stop in the stadium? If you
You're in
can
the stadium for 3
identify-
hours.
If you can identify who's kind of doing the racist acts, you don't think maybe those people should get banned?
Yeah.
Whether that's, what do you think?
But
Lifetime?
when it's like
You
half
think
the
lifetime
stadium
is-
saying the same thing, like what are they?
That's what
gonna
I'm
do?
saying. You're gonna ban
Like,
40,000 people.
It's like it's probably it's not
So
only
I
just two
think-
people saying something. It's like
I think
a
you
couple
should
thousand
ban
fans.
40,000 people. But if I owned a team who was getting 40,000,
That's what I'm saying. You got to be
Dollars
realistic,
from
bro. This is a
40,000
business.
people.
It's a
Yeah.
business.
they're not gonna.
Until these hooligans are costing you money, it's just cool. That's how they are. Whatever.
those hooligans
Chelsea
are
fans
the
been
ones that
racist
buying the
forever.
tickets,
Nobody
too.
cares.
So it's kind of just brush it under the table.
Not brushing on the table. Obviously, they wear their little armbands that say no to racism. But it's
take a little kneel before the game, right?
it's soccer's ugly little whatever.
Dirty little secret.
It's not a secret. Everybody knows they throw bananas at black players in certain countries. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a secret. It's just
Right.
part of the game. Like, it sounds crazy to say that, but it's just what it is. Like, if you have
So
certain ideologies in certain countries where football is the main sport is going to creep over. Those are the fans. Those are the people coming to watch.
So I guess if like these incidents keep happening more frequent, because if you're a fan, I guess you're seeing like, well, nothing's really gonna happen to me, right? So if these incidents keep happening as frequent, do you ever think there's a point where the players will start saying, you know what, I don't want to play there?
Who was that player that walked off the field?
Instance that the
He just walked off. He's no, absolutely not. He just walked off.
That was from a player on the other team that said something to them.
No, I think that's what started it, but the crowd was
There's been
like
a bunch of different. You
I
guys
think
could
the
be
crowd
talking about
started
two different
like,
instances because sadly it's happened multiple times. But I know what you're talking about in AC Milan, Sully Montari. It was the crowd.
Yeah, it was the crowd.
And it was funny because he tried to walk off.
And he kicked the ball off the field, and his teammates were like, no, I'm going to get more France.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, what do you do as a teammate in that situation? Are you telling your teammate, like, nah, come on, let's finish the game?
I don't know.
That'll let them win? Or do you say more of like, nah, fuck this. We don't need this. We out of here. You know?
I'm rocking with my teammate, but that's different.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're a football player and you're there to make money. But obviously, like, you want to be respected. 100%.
Yeah, I'm also giving you're paying here. You're paying money to see me, right? I'm doing you a service, right?
Yeah.
You have to respect that relationship at some point. So if the player wants to walk off the field, I wasn't mad at him. His teammates were like upset. I get it, cool, whatever.
It's his own personal choice at the end of the day.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, it's actually, it is interesting how, at least in Italy, I remember when that was happening, I was reading a bunch of articles at the time and seeing how much racism is just like ingrained in their culture in a sense, where you have players, teammates, and players of the opposing team that are saying like, I think Bonucci, his sentiments at one point were like, oh, these people aren't racist people. They're just trying to like get in that player's head. And that player should take it more as a compliment of anything.
That's crazy.
Of saying, oh, like, you're so good, we're just trying to find ways to stop you.
Yeah, that's
so
wild sentiment.
But that's what I'm saying. That's, I guess, in this, the way they're looking at it is more of that sense of like, no, we don't actually, it's not 40,000 people who just hate, that race. It's more of just like, we'll do anything to hopefully stop that.
And then you got groupthink where people are just, they might be in the stadium and then the 10 people start chanting something and then 15 and then now the whole stadium is just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that too.
But there's 1,001 other things that you can do to that player without making it.
Oh, I absolutely agree. But,
like,
people just go for low-hanging fruit.
Heads without bringing up race,
low-hanging fruit, but
like,
exactly what's going to get under your
skin. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what's going to get under your skin, though. Like, if I was playing where we played in school and somebody said something like that to me in the crowd, like, I feel like I'd have played harder. You know what I'm saying? But some people would just be like, oh, I'm done. I'm cool.
Yeah, there's different mentalities.
Yeah, you know how to get under certain people's skin, and then that's like the universal piss someone off. Yeah. So they go for the low-hanging fruit. But let's get out of this heavy topic here. Keep it a little light and breezy. We're not going to fix racism in football today.
As much as we could. We don't have enough money for that.
That is true. That is true. But,
shout out to Memphis Depay. First goal. Is it his first goal?
Yes.
Yeah, first goal for Atletico. 89th minute winner. Well done.
Solid the only time Atletico actually scores goals is like in the 80th minute.
Hey, I mean, the goal is a goal, baby.
That is true.
5 minutes, 85 minutes. No, shout out to him, though. It looks like a good signing for them, which is what we all assumed when I don't know if we spoke about it already, but yeah, that's a solid pick. I don't think we brushed it.
But I did want to talk to you guys about Harry Kane.
Harry
Kane. Thoughts about him, right? Where he just passed the record to become Tottenham's all-time leading goal scorer.
Congratulations. Absolutely.
Pretty impressive stuff, right?
Congratulations.
So, I mean, for him as a personal achievement, like, does it get much better than that, right? You're
yes.
Boy,
winning something. What?
You're academy product, right? You came up in the academy. Like, I'm sure that's something.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thing. But I guess I would just ask you guys, in his situation, he's pushing 30, right? I think he just got to 30. do you stay at Tottenham if you're him?
I hate to keep bringing this podcast to comparing soccer players to basketball players. Is he not the Dame Lillard of this thing? He won't lead. Like, bro, you're not winning it. Go somewhere else. You deserve better. You're not winning it.
Too much respect and loyalty to.
I hear you, but you're not gonna win nothing with no. So, look at Steven Gerrard. Learn from Steven.
Right. So at this point,
you know what I'm saying? Like
at this point, do you because he hasn't won a trophy, not even a preseason trophy.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So do you skedaddle in the summer? If you're him,
if I'm him, I would have been left.
On the door,
you do the Van Persie move. You get out. You go to a questionable rival from your London team, and then you're in there.
But even if you're Tottenham, are you looking to sell him if you can make $100 million? No, you're not selling him.
I mean, we have Richarlison, which on Tottenham can be his backup.
If I was Tottenham,
no.
And Richarlison's like what?
Because I'm not confident in who we can get to replace that output.
What do you mean? Richarlison, Kulevetsky, and they got songs still.
They're gonna match that output.
Yeah, I could see it.
I mean, if you believe in the side, then yeah. If I was me, the coach, I'd want someone to replace Kane.
Okay,
a goal scorer.
I mean, where are you gonna find somebody that?
That's why I wouldn't sell him because I'm not confident in who we can get.
For I don't think Tottenham can really afford to do $100 million signing.
You stumbling right up on my point. I don't think they can replace him. I wouldn't sell him.
So how do you also feel about the owner of Tottenham saying that he would not sell Kane to an English rival?
He's playing soccer the way it used to be. But that's how it used to be. You're not supposed to sell to rivals.
Then nobody in the world can really buy Kane besides PSG or maybe Bayern.
I was thinking Bayern probably makes. They've been flirting with Kane for a while now.
They've been flirting with everyone. He's just been driving around England. Just tell you how you feeling. You like a team? You like Germany? We got Bear. You know, so
if you're Kane, do you as Kane? Are you player? Do you think he jumps at that? Because if you're at Bayern, you're guaranteed
you can win
to win
a league,
right?
At the least, something in your career, one time ever.
Him up top probably makes them Champions League
lethal,
right? So if you're him, do you think he jumps at that? Do you think Germany's enticing for an English player? At his point, not a young English player who's trying to get minutes, who left in a big academy. I'm talking about an established international captain. Do you think he jumps at that opportunity?
Considering he's probably going to be England's he is already one of England's captains, I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Considering he is, I don't think he wants to leave the Prem. And
that would be a little
he wants
shaky.
to probably play one more World Cup, I'd say. He probably got one more in him in 3 years. He'll be 30,
I'll give him another one if they pick him. They should.
I think he should. He could be at his top form at that point. I mean, I think he's at his peak right now, but he could
I was gonna say he'll be on the decline, not crazy decline, but I think he'll be slowly.
So considering that, I don't think he wants to leave the Prem. But what do you think? What do you think?
From the Tottenham man himself.
Yeah, I think he wants that goals record. I think he wants the Prem goals record, which is possible if he moves to the right team. 34?
Is that it?
Nah.
38?
Not a calendar season, all time.
Yeah,
I thought you wanted. I thought you were talking about. Alan.
So, he's at 30. So if you go,
you can do that at United.
Honestly,
Ten Hag's been playing some beautiful football.
Not a bad idea. I still think it's very possible at Tottenham. So there's always that.
To win?
No, we're talking about chasing a goals record at the moment. But no, I still think there's a trophy.
I think I did the math for this. You only need I don't even know. It was
probably
20 goals a season
for 4 years, right?
Yeah, something
maybe even a little less. I think.
Which is absolutely doable.
What is he?
Right. I think he's a touch over 200. I think
200
is 268. If I'm not mistaken, maybe 286. One of those numbers.
Alan Shearer is 260. Wayne Rooney 208. Harry Kane could have more, but this says 200. It might be a little bit more now.
Okay.
But what is that? 20 goals is.
3 years.
Even if he scores 15 for the next 4, that's still 60.
It's true.
And that's definitely doable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Haaland will break that probably in the next 5 years.
You imagine he just
At
blows
this
that
pace,
away and like.
Imagine he scored 40 goals this year.
You imagine he scores no goals next season. Full season, 5 goals.
Haaland,
If he's injured.
5 goals, 3 penalties.
I think Haaland, even if he had one leg, he'd still at least score a goal.
Yo, he's a problem, bro.
no, but Haaland being a one-season wonder would be hilarious.
That would be crazy. On top of all of this City stuff, that would be so funny.
Oh God,
That would be hilarious.
nah, the guy's a bucket. The guy's a
No,
bucket. He'll be fine.
he's a walking bucket for real.
Speaking of sales, I was thinking about this the other day about, Barcelona, how they're doing so well, clear of Madrid at this point in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It's really setting up their future so lovely, getting in Gavi and Pedri, right? Really replacing arguably the greatest midfield of all time in Xavi and Iniesta in a pretty incredible way. But there's also a big hole that was left in that team. That is none other than Messi, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about the player that's wearing Messi's number 10 at Barca right now is Ansu Fati, right? He kind of burst onto the scene, 17-year-old. Everyone's thinking like, oh, could he be the guy? Could he be the guy to replace him? But there's been a bunch of injuries in between that time when he first debuted. So there's rumors swirling around of, do you sell him this summer? Because Fati's still, a teenager? Do you think...
At most, he's 20, but I don't even think he's even 20 at this point.
So,
born 2002.
for you guys, would you sell Fati at this point? If you can get 80 plus... No, if you get 100 plus mil for Fati, do you sell him or do you keep him around and bank
He's
on
20
his
years
potential?
old. Yeah, I'm still banking on potential at 20.
My question is, who's buying him at 100 million? Because he hasn't really been playing.
Chelsea.
The rumors are that also Manchester United and City, so a couple of the Premier League teams. They got the money.
The thing is,
I wouldn't
sell him.
mad at that.
And I'll tell you exactly why I wouldn't sell him. Because I think Ferran Torres is not going to last that long at Barca. I don't think he's going to be there for much longer.
You don't rate Ferran Torres?
I don't think he's good enough to be in the front three at Barca.
Okay.
I still think Rafinha is very questionable. I think he has the potential to be there for a long time. The only player that I see that can 100% be there for a while is Dembele. That's the only permanent player that I see there for a while in the front three, because Lewandowski is basically going to be there maybe a year or two. I think they just extended his contract for another year.
Right.
But I don't really see... And Barca always has the money to be able to, even though they're in financial trouble, always has the money to somehow come up with another signing to be able to get somebody else. There's players that...
Garnish PK's earnings.
Take a 7 aside with his money.
Yo, that 7 aside thing is so
very interesting. If I was Barca, I wouldn't sign. I would give him at least 2 more years, and then...
Right. But if he flops for 2 more years, then you're probably getting like $30 million for a max on the sell, maybe even less.
He's still 22 in 2 more years.
No, yeah, at 22, I think you can get 60 mil for him.
If he's not playing well by the time he's 22,
if he's not pure shit,
if he's not playing well, you're not getting 60 million.
What's not playing well? Pure shit, or just like, oh, we're not what he thought he was?
If he's not 10 goals, 10 assists in the league in 2 years,
you don't think he'll be 10 goals in 2 years?
I have no idea at this point. That's why I really posed the question.
Lewandowski is really the only player that scores on that team.
No, that's fair. He barely play. He doesn't play as much as he should as the number 10.
I mean, he's also battled a lot of injuries.
That too.
So that's why I'm asking. You have the opportunity to cash out this summer, possibly for 80 mil plus.
Would you?
That's good money. Yeah. But it's kind of one of those, you could look nuts.
Yeah, you could look crazy. Like you had the one to replace him, and you didn't.
Who he was supposed to be, then yeah, you'll look crazy. But at the same time, I don't know. He's dealt with some tough injuries, but he's also so young.
Yeah.
He's so young. You can't.
He's literally 20 years old. Like, we can't. It's just mad early.
To give up on him. This is the thing. They're not giving up on him, but it's just a business decision.
Yeah.
You know, Barca's in dire straits when it comes to the money. Well, I don't know if it's still dire straits, but.
And even jersey sales. I heard his jersey. Not heard. I saw an article where his jersey sales are like flopping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
people
I
are
can see that.
not like buying number 10 like they used to. They're just going for other players.
Oh, well, I mean, if they're comparing it to Messi number 10 jerseys.
Well, I mean, that's the last one they bought.
Yeah, man.
That's kind of why it's dropping like that. But it flopped
Right.
badly. Like the article I saw, badly was in bold and like all caps. Like,
What is Fati gonna go like if he goes to City or if he goes to United? Like, is he really gonna get consistent minutes there? Like at City,
City probably not.
United, like with Rashford.
We're in a lot of competitions
if
though.
they buy Kane in the summer, and
If they buy Kane, I don't think they buy him.
Rashford
to-
mostly plays on the left side, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
best
And that's
position.
where Ansu Fati most of the time is playing.
Yeah. And then you'll have Sancho, Greenwood, and Garnacho all fighting
Anthony?
for the other win.
I just want to put out there that
Anthony.
they have not said that Greenwood is in the side. They haven't made a decision. They said there's going to be an internal review and they'll make a decision, which hasn't been made yet. Continue. I'm not for him being back in the side, by the way.
He'll probably be back in the side, but
Send him to China. Ni hao.
my thing is he gonna get any minutes? And
Send him to
I'm telling
China.
you right now, a Leicester, an Aston Villa, one of those like Newcastle? You
Allegedly,
can't tell me Newcastle
Hold
wouldn't
on.
scoop him up.
Hold on.
On the low.
with
Hold on.
Almiron?
allegedly, I might possibly like to see him at Aston Villa with Leon. That might be crazy, allegedly. That might be outrageous. I might enjoy that, allegedly. Ooh.
You guys want to talk about the best international team in the world?
America, not playing. Who do you think it is, actually? That's a good question. Belgium was up there ranked high for some reason.
If we're talking pound for pound based off players, Brazil.
Oh, I thought you was about to go Francia.
It's USA. You know what I mean?
Yo, get out of the room.
It's between Brazil and France, I'd say.
Shout out to Team USA, though. We'd love to interview you.
USA is, come on. They ain't got Timmy Way over at Brazil. Come on.
Yo, Timmy's nice.
They
Don't
got
sleep.
Tyler Adams.
See this?
Yo, Tyler Adams put in a
Oh.
solid tackle on Sancho today that got me a little upset. Son, like, had him up in the air. I'm like, you got to relax, brother. Damn, like,
Boy was almost out for another 3 months.
Anthony
No, but
Davis over
I
there.
did have a question. I did have a couple questions based on some of the American players. Starting with Pulisic, where do you think his career goes from where it's at?
I
Do
was
you think
just
Guy's going
talking
to
about
Leeds.
this. I was just talking about this.
do you think he should try to stay at Chelsea and continue to fight it out?
I saw something that said he's the first one out this summer.
Yeah.
There was an article that's like this. He's starting the migration of people out of the club this summer. He's the first one.
Are you saying, was it kind of hinting at the fact that he wants to or the club wants
No,
him
the
out?
club is getting him out of here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think it would be a bad move considering he probably
What,
wants...
Leeds?
No.
Oh, just getting him out?
Just getting him out. you
Yeah,
know?
I don't see him getting like crazy minutes with all these people coming in and everything. Where does he go though? If you're Christian Pulisic, where do you go? Well, who will have you as well?
Somewhere where you can get
Minutes and goals,
consistent minutes and then be like one of the...
because you want to be informed for World Cup.
Yeah,
next,
you want to be
next-
informed for the
yeah.
World Cup in 3 years, So,
Do you
which
stay Premier League? Try to get maybe a mid-table team.
I wouldn't mind if he went to like even a high level team, like anywhere else. Like, I mean, at this point, La Liga
Dortmund?
might not be an option, but or like I can see him ending up like at a Villarreal. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but like I don't know if they have the. They probably don't have the money for it.
But is that the best for his career?
He probably doesn't want to go to.
Well,
a
what's his
country that-
quality? You think? Like,
English
what do
is
you
not
think
the
is
most
his
economic
ceiling of
language.
like he can fit into this type of team and like be effective?
Oh, I think he can play. I think he's like a Champions League footballer
Okay.
if he's on the right team. I mean, we already saw that at Dortmund. I mean, also Sancho played well at Dortmund too. So
Relax. He
I
might
guess
be
that's
back on track. He might be
Nah.
back on track. I know. I might have also said. I feel like I said that I'm out on him. Right?
yeah,
I might have said that on the podcast. I'm back in a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Sancho's back.
he plays one game well.
Scored a goal.
Look. He looks like he plays soccer again. Like, remember when I used to say, like, when the ball goes to his side of the field, the play dies. He don't go forward and he doesn't make a good pass. It just dies. He just stops and is just looking. He's going at defenders now. Again, like, I haven't seen that in a long time. So,
Listen,
I'm back on board for
that. Confidence.
Yeah. Yo, Eric, bro, I'm telling you, he can't buy a beer around me, bro. Money's no good here.
But
where do you think he's gonna end up?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I've heard Italian talk. I could see.
Ooh, you know that would be a good
doing
move.
Like a little AC Milan.
You know that would be a good
something
move.
like that.
AC or Inter or something like that. I would not be mad at that.
Yeah, I think it can.
Yo, Usman out. Christianen.
On Napoli.
Mm-hmm.
Who we talking?
I
Napoli.
mean, not the same position, but he's talking about Victor.
If he's sold, do you bring in Christian? Just for goals?
Nah, they would need like a real center forward to replace him.
Yeah, he's not a center forward, but I think he could come in and
No, but I believe in
slap in a
Pulisic.
couple.
I still believe in. I know they put a little too much on him, acting like he's like.
They put a lot of sauce on it.
Yeah, but no, I think
He's a solid footballer.
Yeah,
though.
he'll be in the Champions League.
How do we feel about this surge of just American footballers being mentioned all of a sudden? It's cool.
It's
It's not.
and
It's cool.
You know, we're as good as
We're
have
marketable.
Been.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
There's
No,
not
but
a
I
lot
mean
of good
they have
ones,
like
so like the ones that are good
enough
are
players to
marketable.
like be in the conversation about stuff.
Right. And like watching the last World Cup, I think we were all like slightly impressed. I mean, myself, I didn't think United States would make it out of the group.
Honestly,
I'll be
they
a
did
little honest.
They went as far as I thought they would,
But I think
which is a good thing though.
It's like we could have probably made it a little further if we had a solid striker. I think that's been our weakness for a long time.
I don't like the way they
not-
play though.
True.
Like they have certain players that can play the style of football that could take them a little
Mm-hmm.
further, but not everyone is on that page.
And I think center forward is one of our weakest positions when it comes to that, right?
The wings are
So,
Gucci.
currently, in France, there's a player who's leading the league in goals, and he's eligible to play for the United States.
Oh, what's his
right?
name?
Balogun.
Yeah, I was reading
He's
an
on
article
loan
about
from
this.
Arsenal. But my thing is like, I think he's eligible to play United States because he was born here.
Yeah.
He lived here for like 4 months, and then they shipped him over to England, right? So
Yo,
he's
you
probably-
know the government would be like, yo, fam,
No, but
yeah, you're American, brother.
no, but that's what I'm saying. So he technically, right, can play for America. So my thing is, what do you guys think about if they brought him in to play for Team USA?
Yo, that's a
Because
big,
he's obviously like
that's
a
a
quality
big-
striker, and we need that.
that's a big,
But
big.
how do you feel? Do you feel like we should be trying to poach players who maybe don't even feel American, who they don't even?
I
claim
personally
America?
feel like they have. It's America. Like, do you know how big the country is? Like, they have enough to where they should be bringing up the wickedest, like, U16, 17, 18, 19, like, national side. You can field a team of, like, anything. Like, you have every diaspora, bro. Like, I don't understand why we don't play, like, better football. I don't get it. The fact that we have American coaches is crazy to me. Like, that's outrageous. Why do we not have, like, a South American coach? And have him pick who he wants on the side. Yo, we could go from average to shifty real quick.
That is a good point.
Like, you've seen some wicked ballers, and they're all first generation kids, bro.
They need to send Zidane the bag. However much
Yo.
it takes,
Yeah.
send Zidane the bag.
You know
Get
who
him
I think
over
would be a good scout in America,
not taking
which
that
is
job.
weird. Like,
No,
it's
no,
gonna
no.
be weird when I say it. I feel like Zlatan Ibrahimovic would be a great national team scout for America. Just going around America and being like, yo, you're not pull up.
The thing about Zlatan,
Going to showcases and shit. Like, he would be. He could
I
pick
think
it out.
The issue with him though is he's like kind of last generation with the way he approaches things. You know,
Right.
he's like, I don't think like a Ferguson is as successful today trying to like Mourinho, right? There's the relationships with players doesn't go as well today as like say 2005. You hear all those Chelsea players when they talk about him, they're like, I'd run through a brick wall for Mourinho. I'd
Yeah.
kill for Mourinho. By the time it was like he's with his Hazards and like that Chelsea team, they're all like, yeah, we all hate Mourinho. He's terrible. Like, get this guy away from us. Because like people have changed. You know what I mean? It's a new generation I wouldn't say kids, but like a generation who grew up
Kids.
being a little more coddled,
Soft.
not
Soft.
exactly. So Zlatan being like an American scout, he'd probably be like, no, that dude's soft. That dude's soft. That dude's soft.
But my point is, I think we have enough like first generation kids to where it's like, oh, you play football and you're not soft. Pull up. I've seen them, bro. We play in New York. Like we've come up and seen people go professional. We have friends that are professional. There's kids out there, bro. I promise you, there's kids out there that play football that should the way it should be played, and they're not soft. I promise they out there. And their dad is probably saying some real not politically correct things on the sideline, but that's why they're not as soft. Like I feel like America can field whatever type of team they want, and they're choosing to field like the most average soccer. They're not playing bad soccer, but it can be more creative. It can be flashier. Like they have wingers that like try shifty shit, and the other place is not picking up on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that right wing is shifty, and then it moves into the middle, and shit get lost.
Our forward situation. So I'm saying, do you try to
Timothy Way on that right wing is shifty.
Like,
the left wing is shifty.
Consider himself
Pulisic
American.
can be shifty over there.
I mean, Folorine is also can also play for England.
That's
And
what I mean.
the thing is, like, if he ends up being the leading goal scorer in France at 21, you think an English side is not going to pick him up?
Well, he's on loan from Arsenal. He's an Arsenal
Yeah.
player.
But I'm just saying, like, Arsenal might be willing to sell him.
I'm talking about the national team right now.
If you're him, do you pick America or do you pick
Well,
England?
I think he wants...
Because you feel more English, I imagine.
So he's played in the England youth setup.
Well,
I imagine
He's
you
in
feel
national
more
teams.
English. You
He's in
feel
national
more
teams.
English.
Yeah.
He's English for all intents and
That's
purposes.
what I'm saying. In England, like, you're going to be fighting, like, your Harry Kanes,
Rashford's,
That's what
Saka.
I'm saying. America, you could be the guy.
The guy.
The
THE.
guy.
And I'm
For
not going to lie,
10
being the
years,
guy in
like,
America,
this is your
that should
spot.
come with a lot of bread.
A lot of
It
bread.
comes with a lot of bread.
Where's the World
A lot
Cup
of
coming
fame.
next?
You could be
Where's the World Cup coming
You
next?
could be Wheaties man.
United States
You can be
2026.
Pepsi man. You can be Gatorade man, Doritos man. You know we're gonna see if he's the striker. We're
Frosted
gonna
Flakes.
see Doritos with his face on it. We're gonna see Wheaties with his face. Like that's a good business move, if nothing else. To come be the guy for America, take us past group stage.
And guess where he's from?
England,
New
technically.
York.
You feel me? Now we're gonna have a full New York front line. Timothy Way, my son right here. Who we need a New York up.
Shout
we
out
need,
to New York.
Yo, we need a
ballers out
first
here.
generation Mexican baller for the left. I'm not trying to be funny. Like that would I've seen some of the buttest ballers, bro. First generation Mexican players.
Yeah.
Or like El Salvador. We need somebody who parents is just got it. Balling. Like I'm telling you.
The Northeast got the best ballers. That's
You
it.
don't know. I don't know if Does California have good soccer players? I feel like
Nah,
they should.
They do.
They do, right? I've heard that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But I guess, well,
Florida got nice ballers. Texas got nice ballers.
do you think, like, say we do get him, though, right? And he's never played to America. He hasn't been to America since he's been born, probably, right?
I mean, he played for the U18s and U.S. Nationals team. I hope he's in
Oh,
America.
he played for the U18s?
It says
US
here
national?
Yeah, he says he got here 4 caps in the U18s.
But did he also play for
2018?
England youth
Yeah.
national
Can you
team?
bring up the team sheet for
But-
whatever game he played for U18s? I want to see who he played with.
Bear's going to look for the Mexican names.
No. I actually just want to see if any of them are currently playing to see if there's little chemistry or if they can link. Like, yo, my G, we played a couple years ago. Like,
How old is Timmy? Because he's 21.
I
this
don't know.
kid.
What, 24, 23,
That's his
How old
little
are
bro.
Wait, Tyler Adams is like 20 what?
22, 21, 22,
Oh.
Tyler Adams. These kids are young. Yo, we're old, dog. What were you saying before we brought that up?
I was going to say, do you think do you like the way international soccer is set up now? Do you think they should change the rules, eligibility rules? Do you think it's like good where it's at?
Yeah, I have no.
Yeah. You like that
complaints,
people
nothing.
people have played for like 2 different international teams?
I don't mind.
You have no issue with that?
If you're eligible,
can
I
only-
personally have 2 passports, so I literally don't.
You know,
think that's crazy.
Like obviously
Yeah.
not a lot of games, but like you make 1 cap for a team, and then you never get called up again. Like you're able to switch.
Yeah, no, I don't
before-
see a problem.
Yeah,
I
You
would
with all
switch. I have two nationalities. Yeah.
Yeah. So Spain called.
Oh yeah,
you
we
up?
literally we have 2 people on the pod
Yeah,
with
so
dual
Spain called you up,
with dual
Spain
gave you
called me.
2 caps, And then they were not calling you up anymore. You play for US.
Yeah.
America,
100%.
baby. Come on. Somewhere.
Wow.
What?
If I'm not gonna be on the Spain national team, I'll be on one national team.
I'm gonna be somewhere.
I'm gonna be somewhere than nowhere.
If I'm balling and Jamaica calls me, I'm absolutely playing. If Jamaica and America call me, I'd have to make a decision.
Okay.
If I'm,
But I don't see a problem with the system.
the thing is, if
I
I'm
don't
good
mind
enough
it.
to play on both, that's a tough
That's the harder.
decision.
That's the harder decision.
Maybe you were good enough to play on both.
Where is crazy.
And then next thing you know, better right back comes up out of a sudden, right? And then.
But
you're
once
outta
you
here.
play a certain amount of games for a certain national team, you can't switch,
No.
right?
No.
Yeah, it has to be.
Or has that rule changed?
No, it's a certain amount of games. I forget the amount, but you can't
Probably
play too
like
many.
if I had to guess, probably what 10.
Maybe even less. Yeah.
like
Five.
5.
Yeah,
And it probably can't be like an actual competition,
Competition, like
right?
18.
Like if you played 5 World Cup games,
Yeah, no, I think that's
Yeah.
a little different.
Yeah.
like if you played 5 friendlies,
International
all right, that's a little
friendlies,
different. you know?
Yeah.
But it's probably somewhere between 5 and 10, I'd say.
I'm not gonna lie. Him, if he chooses to be America's striker, that's a good money move for him. There's a lot.
And this is what's
of
wrong with the
money in
game.
that.
Too many people are looking at it as like a come up, as a financial. You know, it's everything's so transactional.
It's
There used
just
to be
how it is,
a point where this
bro.
was the beautiful game, and people used to play for love, and
All
you
right,
want to
Grandpa.
play for the pride. You
Grandpa,
know,
Grandpa,
the
Grandpa.
country that you felt.
But
a part
remember
of.
who he's playing for: America, the most capitalist nation. He's going for the bread if he's doing
I guess
it. It would
it's
make
all
sense though.
Big business, huh?
But you're
But
saying
my
like
thing
England
is-
don't got money
No, but what I'm saying is, if I'm
You'd be
the
a bigger
guy in
star.
America
in America.
and they're trying to push soccer right now, I can be the guy. Like it's me, and when I'm sitting somewhere courtside, I'm with the other guys in sports in America. You know what I'm saying? Like he can be one of them.
Yeah, it would
That
just
comes
be
with a lot of money.
hilarious though to hear him on like Jimmy Kimmel with a British accent.
It's like, yeah, honestly, bro, like, yo, we played great in that, yeah, like, honestly, bro, America, you get me? Like, you'd be like, what? But still, hey, just don't let them talk a lot.
Do you guys think that in 3 years there will actually be like that much of a change in the USA national team?
Yeah,
If they want there to, I firmly believe
Yeah.
America has all the players possible to play whatever football they want to play. They just got to pick the right players.
I think the midfield and I mean, especially if you could like pick him off and get him for center forward, like we're
You're in good
really
shape.
good shape.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like the defensive line and goalie that is.
They're
little
aging
more
a little bit too,
questionable.
right? The
Yeah,
two,
well, Tim Ream was
the
our
two
starting center back. He won't be at the next World
homies
Cup.
with the man bun.
One of them,
Both of
I don't
them,
think
right?
was that old Zimmerman. I don't think he was probably like.
One of them is
20s.
older.
Yeah, but Tim Ream, yeah,
He's a
I think
little
he's
older.
already
I don't think
like
he'll be.
35,
Yeah,
so,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
was
He's
his
a
last
little
World
older.
Cup. Matt Turner, I haven't seen much of. He's a backup for
He's
Arsenal.
like 26.
You know how I
So-
feel about Dest?
Yeah,
I think he's nice, bro.
He didn't make AC Milan's Champions
Hey,
League roster.
I was AC Milan's
this guy
coach.
Brandon's like, yo,
Bro,
that's-
I
You'll probably
like.
get to watch him play for the New York Red Bulls soon.
Shout out to the Red Bulls, man. But no, I think he's a good player for real. I really do. I liked what I saw in the World Cup. That was the first I saw from him, and I'm like, nah, son is nice. Like he's it's something there.
This is gonna be the first World Cup ever that's hosted by more than one country.
Oh, the triple host.
Incorrect.
Huh?
Didn't Japan and South Korea host the 2002 World Cup?
I don't know.
Oh no! The first time that 3 countries, that's because it started with the Euro Cup doing that. Because the Euro Cup had 3 countries, I believe, host. Actually, we had I think multiple countries at one point the Euro Cup be hosted by.
I mean, it's not too crazy to do that in Europe.
Yeah,
I'm sure it
but
makes sense.
the
that's
first time
good.
that 3 countries are gonna host the
World Cup?
World Cup, yeah.
Mexico, Canada, U.S. Yo, what games are we going to? Are
Oh,
we
yeah.
podding from the stadium?
Of course.
You want to pod from the stadium?
Guys,
Without a doubt.
we will
Yo.
vlog every game.
If Jamaica
that we go
makes
to.
it, I will be at every match.
Just like and subscribe.
If Jamaica makes the World Cup next World Cup, I will be at every single game. They play in that fire stadium in Mexico. You know the stadium I'm talking about?
That's Estadio Azteca.
Oh my God. If we get a game in there, I'm there. If we play in Canada,
Against
I'm
Mexico?
there. Yo, if we play in Toronto, fam, if we're in T-Dot, I'm there,
You
bro.
guys have a chance to make it though.
We
There's,
have an Adidas sponsorship. We better make it.
I think the
Nice ass jerseys to do nothing.
I don't think they decided yet, but there's gonna be. I think they might
They're
be
expanding it.
They're 48 teams, right?
Oh my gosh.
Brandon, you said I might make it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
get me.
Top 50?
You get me. Yo, if we don't make it, that's gonna be so embarrassing.
I just hope you don't have to play a team in the top 5.
Where Haiti at?
Play against Messi.
Y'all not
again?
a terrible team.
I still remember the last time I saw Argentina versus
Y'all not
Jamaica
you not seen
at
Haiti
Red Bull
play like
Arena.
live before
I
in
seen
Brooklyn.
Haiti play live too. And
Where? It wasn't in Brooklyn. No,
It was at the Red Bull Stadium.
Red Bull Stadium.
Oh yeah.
Against Argentina.
Nah, that's not it. I
No?
saw them play
Okay.
Honduras.
Oh, you saw.
That's a good
Honduras or El Salvador, and
You saying you don't know the difference, brother? No.
no, during the warm up, Haiti looked like Barcelona. It was just tiki taka, and the second the whistle blew, I think they completed 5 passes the entire game.
I mean, hey, baby,
So
that's 5 more passes than we've completed on the
I
national
was
stage.
talking about Jamaica Argentina game. That we
Bop,
went
bop.
to.
oh Jamaica.
Yeah, they invited me to that game, but I had other engagements. I'm glad I didn't go.
Brandon just knew that Messi was gonna score like
You gotta
2
relax.
goals.
I did see us
Come on, for
play
like 30 minutes.
the
he scored
Gold
2
Cup
goals.
final in Philly. I forgot what MLS stadium that was. Played like shit, but it was a good game.
So speaking of like players leaving clubs, where is Eden Hazard gonna end up at the end of the season?
What?
In MLS, right?
China?
Hell
Or is he,
no.
or is he
China?
gone?
He's getting Arab money.
China?
Oh shit, I can't say that.
Yeah, you can. Arab,
Nah,
but
he's
yeah.
I think he's just gonna secure the bag.
Forward. Pull up to Saudi,
He's
my
just
boy.
securing the bag.
Pull up to Saudi.
He is.
Yo, Saudi's gonna be the league in a couple years. Yo, number 14 on Al Nasser that was assisting all of Christie's goals. Shout out to you, bro. Big Europe move coming soon. I'll be the one to tout you, bro. I promise.
But
He's nice.
Hazard.
You need an agent, Brandon.
Yo, if you need an agent, link me, bro. I don't know nobody, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I get you where you need to be. I got
They'll have
Twitter.
you playing for the New York Cosmos.
Maybe a little lower than that, but I get you on Rosedale.
Speaking of other leagues, though, I feel like every couple months we just hear about like the Super League. You know what I mean? They just keep.
Yo,
pushing
do
this
not.
on us,
I'm
you know?
also against that shit. Please don't start this Super League
What?
foolishness.
You know, try
That
to
is the
watch
Champions League.
A soccer Super Bowl.
It's the Champions League. Why are we playing another one? It's just a money grab for them. It's
They just
nothing
keep
like we
coming
need.
up with like different.
It's money
rules
grabs.
and like different amount of teams, and
Yeah.
it's just like, yo, just relax, just keep it how it is.
They're just trying to make
There's a
it the
reason-
Champions
Well,
League
that's what I said about
without
the World
making us
Cup.
realize it's the Champions League.
I mean, is European. What's the difference between European Super League and a Champions League?
Nothing.
Champions League is gonna start adding more teams also.
Right.
So why would we change it to European Super League?
Money. That's literally it.
Money.
You forgot FIFA was corrupt, baby?
I don't know. I just believe that the structure right now is like the best fit. You know. Like
No,
it's
I
the top
genuinely
teams
agree.
From Europe,
But FIFA don't care about.
Oh, but
from
do you think
what's
each
bad?
Do you think they
country,
should add more teams to Champions League? Like
What?
they're planning to do?
So what? So Madrid
I don't
could
hate
be
it.
teams 6-0 in the first in group stages. No.
But you're cool with adding more teams to the World Cup?
No, but it's for money. And
I
like,
think more teams gives us potential to see a little bit different.
I mean, it's an experience for the
Results,
players.
you know.
Obviously, like they obviously want to. Everybody wants to play in a World Cup in their lifetime.
So you
But
think,
does it mean as much if everybody's making it basically? Not everybody, but like
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We shouldn't add more teams to the World Cup.
no, I don't agree. With
I'm biased. I think we should add more teams to the World Cup. We absolutely should add more teams to the World Cup. We need to keep adding until Jamaica makes it every year.
Brandon.
So if we don't make it next time, expand to 55 or something. 56, something.
All right, so you want to see like a bunch of Costa Rica, Spain games?
Bro,
or,
I
like-
will watch Suriname and Haiti play. I don't care. I need to see us in the World Cup.
But who says that they're gonna end up in the same group? They're more than
I'll
likely.
watch Spain play Suriname and win 10-0. But you seem to think I care. I'll watch it. I don't mind.
But is that really gonna bring more views to soccer? When
I don't
everybody
make
in the
money
world-
off views. I
Yeah.
want Jamaica to be in the World
Well,
Cup.
I mean,
No,
at least
but-
you'll have like an entire country.
watching.
To be fair, that's a whole country. Like, and way more people are going to tune in if their country is there. Like, I know that guy. Certain countries are literally going to be like, that's Jim. He's up the block all the time. Like, we absolutely watching this.
Yeah.
I think it's good for everybody.
I don't. I think that's just watered down content. Same thing with the Champions League. I think
But
it's
the
not a good idea to add extra teams.
the talent rises. So after group stage, it'll be what it always is.
Players, so many good teams.
Good teams, yeah.
They're gonna try to.
But why don't they just give him an extra spot or two?
Well, that's the plan. It is gonna be an extra spot for now, but eventually, I'm sure it's gonna keep adding and adding and adding.
Hey, I mean,
because it's gonna be too many of these big clubs missing out on Champions League money, and yeah, they're just not having that.
I'm a big believer that the best team should be in it. So just because you're in a certain league doesn't mean that you should have priority over being in the Champions League over another team. Like, if you're third in La Liga and you're not as good as like the 7th or 8th place team in Prem, then I'm a big believer that you shouldn't be in the Champions League.
Damn.
I can't be mad at that take though.
The thing is, that's the reason why like there's teams from Ukraine that only like have only one slot. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
I want the best teams in.
I mean, it is literally called the Champions League. Like,
right, because most even those teams,
there should be like a
that
point
won-
ranking system or something like that.
Say you won in like Kosovo, you're the champion.
I won.
You know what
I'm a European champion.
As opposed to the 7th place team in England, what are you the champion of? And I get it.
Media.
I definitely see your side of it, but
But
I definitely
that will also ruin like the viewership for a lot of countries because they obviously want to see certain teams in their country like participating.
I don't know if it would be
League,
such a drastic drop in viewership.
I don't think it would be either.
Probably wouldn't be, but like, you know, like
I like the idea of like representation from like all over Europe.
yeah.
No, I really like that idea. Like, I do like how it is now.
So
like,
instead
I don't.
of doing what
I wouldn't
suggested,
expand
they're just adding
Champions
more
League.
Teams, you
I
know?
wouldn't expand Champions League. It's fine. Like, I don't hate it. But like, if they said, Brandon, yes or no, your choice, I wouldn't expand it.
Yeah, I like the idea. That also adds more to each league of like the teams that aren't fighting for the title still fighting for like those 3 other spots.
Maybe it raises the level throughout Europe. To your point there, if you're fighting for something.
My question is like, when was the last time like a Shakhtar made it out of like group stages, or like a small team like that really made it out of the group stages? Not, I mean, Shakhtar is obviously not a small team, but there's smaller teams that have made it. Like
Young Boys.
That team that Madrid lost to.
Oh, Sheriff.
Like, when was like a Sheriff made it out of the group stage? You know
But
what
I mean, it does come down to players and money and everything. But I do think if you're a champion, you do have the right to be there.
The right to be in Champions League. If you're the champion of your league.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's what I was talking about.
But not like, the champion of every league in Europe makes it to Champions League.
No, yeah,
but
that's
what I was saying earlier is just like a team like Monaco. Remember when like it was like them and City, that Mbappe team? It's like it sucks because
didn't Marshall come from Monaco too?
Yeah, he did.
My boy.
But those teams, it's like they show they can compete, but then the next year they just become completely decimated because they have more money. Take Ajax for example.
That's a part of the thing. They get the exposure, and then everybody comes for their player.
That's what I'm saying. So you're like, yeah, those other teams can't compete, but it's like once they do, someone just
comes and raids everything,
and
now they got to wait for the U16s to come up, do some of champions, and then they get shipped out.
Keep that team together.
Oh God,
you know
that's
I mean?
a super team.
They lost to Tottenham at the last second. You remember?
Imagine they could keep everyone they had.
You know what I mean? Like
that's one of the best teams. They probably have a Champions League by now if they could keep that team.
Dortmund.
They beat PSG.
Dortmund.
A lot of these teams, so it's like they could compete, but it's just that's what I was saying about
business
Napoli earlier. Hopefully, they're not.
Business is kind to them.
Like, kind of keep that team together.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do. But you know, when Madrid comes calling, and
Madrid's not going to be taking any of the Napoli
To
players.
be a Galactico, bro, it's hard to. It's hard to.
You
say.
never know.
If you could buy someone for $100 million, keep them on the bench, and they make like 10 appearances for you, and you're gonna sell them for like a huge loss in the summer, aka Eden Hazard.
I mean, we obviously
Then you got
that's one of Madrid's
Hella signings
that like didn't work out for them. So I'm sure they're okay. But like, yeah, I mean, we didn't.
Man, I thought that was gonna be a
we didn't
crazy
expect
move.
Hazard to be one of the top like 5 Premier League players at the time that he transferred over to Madrid, and like
I thought that was
performed
gonna
the way
be
he did
like
at Madrid. You know,
the greatest move ever. I
What?
really did. Hazard.
Hazard to Madrid. You
Yeah.
thought that was
I
gonna be.
thought he was
but I'm
gonna
just saying with
ball
these
out.
Big
Yeah.
teams, like it's so
And then he
easy
showed up
for them
overweight.
to like miss on a player and like not skip a beat. You
They
know
can
what I
afford
mean?
it.
Yeah, like that's the tough part for the smaller teams. It's like
Mhm.
Liverpool right now. It's like it looks like they missed on Darwin, but they're forced to deal with him. You know what I mean?
And
It's not
Gakpo,
like they can just put him off the side like Hazard. Like it didn't matter. It's kind of just like, all right, he's not playing well, but that's not changing shit. We still won the Champions League. We still
Yeah.
won the league. Team like Liverpool, that's like not quite as big. They're
But
like,
Cody's gonna be if he doesn't pan out, that's gonna be a hit.
yeah, he's another one. We got to give him some time, but
He
I'm
still
not
has
sure.
some time, but
I mean, both of them have time. They're both
Yeah,
under
he's-
I
20.
think Darwin is trash.
who?
Darwin.
Well, he's someone that
he relies a lot on his speed and less.
he's a goal scorer. You know what I mean?
Is he
Well, his strength to a team is supposed to be his goal scoring. So
supposed to be? Okay.
if he's not doing that, it usually looks pretty bad. 'cause
So
he
right
doesn't
now?
add much else to the team.
No
so if
touch.
he's not adding goals, then yeah, he might be in trouble. Yeah, kind of like Weghorst in that aspect.
Yo, not impressed. I'm not impressed.
They
He
couldn't
had a
find
little-
anybody else.
Yeah, he had a little offside goal today. I am not impressed by Woot. So, brother, you have to do better than this. I don't know what that.
Yeah,
Woot Weghorst, he's losing me.
I mean, he was just a Band-Aid. It's just a 6-month.
Yeah,
loan.
but this shit is not sticking.
Wait
It won't
until
stick
summer.
on. The Band-Aid keep falling off, bro.
Wait, why can't they just play Rashford at the center forward position and just fit in some?
I don't think that's his preferred position.
Why would you do that? He's in the form of his life.
Yeah, let him
He's
play
doing
where
great.
he want to play. I'm not moving
Oh, yeah.
nothing. If he says, Coach, I want to play left, brother, play whatever you want to do. Do that.
And it's so funny because Mourinho has like so many quotes from his time as a United, and most of them are like they ended up being true or whatever.
Like,
And one of them he was saying
All of
like
them.
Marcus Rashford, I think will be a great player. I don't think he's a center forward. I think his best position is coming off the left.
Mhm.
And
Mourinho is
I
a
think-
genius, bro.
I mean,
He knows what
Casemiro
he's
also
talking
said
about.
like a couple of weeks ago that he thinks that Rashford has the potential to be the top 5 players in the world.
Right.
He
But
does.
that's, like I said, probably coming off the left. I think putting him in the middle is taking away from his like biggest strengths as a player. So
I just wish Marshall could figure out the right.
what, the right way to score goals, or
I don't see him as a center forward. It's not gonna work out.
he's
there.
like
He's just average.
he's just a very frustrating player
He's just frustrating
because you know he could do more,
but
he
he's
won't.
not doing it, and it's just like, why? What's happening? What can we like? He should have went to Qatar with Marcus and just did whatever he did.
It's just not meant to be for him.
Telling you, but I was talking about it with somebody this week. I was like, yo, I just think his legacy is gonna be he wasn't the guy we all thought he was gonna be.
I think that's fair. Yeah, he has time to turn around. Crazy part is he's still 26 at 27.
That's old as hell. We're 26 and 20, basically a grandfather.
Pretty much. I mean, I think a move somewhere else. I don't know where, but he'll probably.
And that's what's frustrating, because if he goes somewhere else and flourishes, I would be pissed.
Nah, you can't even be mad at that.
I would be
You gotta be
friggin'
happy
tight.
for the guy.
I would be
Yeah.
tight.
Martial did spend some time at Sevilla for a little bit.
Yeah, that didn't.
It was a loan and it didn't work out. They hated him. It was crazy. Like, they just did not like him after 2 games. But no. If he was to go somewhere else and flourish, not as a joke, like all jokes aside, I actually would be happy because I just want to see him be who I thought he could be. Like, do you remember? I don't know if y'all remember his debut when he scored that
Liverpool.
brace, and I'm just like, oh, this is the guy. We got him and Marcus because I think Marcus's debut was also a brace, if I'm not crazy. Or he had a wicked one coming off the left and scored like on the right corner. Oh my God, yo! With those first debuts, I was like, nah. On Marcus's debut, they literally like he's like, yeah, I have homework, I gotta go. Like he was like, yeah, I'm like, yo, this is the guy.
Yeah, still cared about
it took
that?
time. Nah, he was literally, I got a chemistry test on Monday, so I kind of got to be out. Like I did not study.
Yeah, Martial just might be one of those players that never lives up to his potential.
I hope not, man. I really hope not. Shout out to you, Tony. If you ever see this for whatever reason, you on YouTube for some reason watching it, you nice, bro. Make it happen. Like, what's next up, King?
What's the next up is
nepotism.
We could talk about that. I think we'd be.
I don't know if there is any. There's slightly some, but if you suck, you suck. I mean, like Ronaldinho's son just got to touch on it. Ronaldinho's son just got signed to PSG.
No,
Barca. Just got signed to Barca. What was his name? João Fernandes or some shit.
João Mendes.
Ronaldinho-ito.
Ronaldinito. Nah, but yeah, João Mendes. I've never seen him play. I have no point of reference. I don't know what he looks like.
I think he's gonna be playing on one of the youth teams. I don't even think he's like on Barca B.
Yeah, no.
And it's gonna be on the youth team's B team.
Yeah, he's not a baller.
Yeah.
This is
obviously it's because they're just the media is like hyping it up because like he's Ronaldinho's son, but he's on the youth team's B team. Obviously, that's super impressive. Still,
he looks like Ronaldinho.
But like, it's not like he got signed to like even Barca B. You know what I mean? He's not like
you wouldn't think so by these internet searches. They got him. It's mad like
they probably
graphics.
got more pictures of Cristiano Ronaldo's son than Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, they have mad pictures of him and then like his son smaller like in the corner. Like, yo, he might could do this. Nah, well, shout out to him. Hopefully he can have an impact. Didn't Romeo Beckham go to somewhere in the Premier League, Brentford?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's good either. Haven't seen him play.
It's gonna be interesting watching like legends
kids, right?
Yeah, kids play. Like
Clouvier. Is it Clouvier that has a son? That's nice.
Yeah.
Kluivert. His son is nice.
His son plays for Valencia.
That's Ronaldinho's son.
Nice. Chill. That sounds like you're getting into something messy.
Oh, that guy.
This is Ronaldinho.
Oh shit! What's it? That's the Brazilian kid that just like. What does he do again?
Aceba?
Yo, that guy is hilarious.
I was convinced.
Doesn't he just yell in Portuguese and then like do some free kick or something? Shout out to his son. What's his name?
Aceba?
Shout out to Aceba.
There you go.
Maning. Yo, he just goes off in Portuguese and then just slap a free kick. This is hilarious. Yo, y'all can't see what we're watching. Can we actually speak so they can follow along? Until we learn how to put what we're watching in the corner, we're not gonna do that to y'all. We're trying though. We are learning to edit, so don't worry about it. Was that Garnacho just now? Shout out to his goal earlier today. Oh, we film this on Sundays, by the way.
We also should do like reactions to certain like videos and clips.
Oh, this guy wants to turn this into a content farm.
Here we go. Boom.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
I've done that. Yo, I'm gonna upload a pic. I'm gonna upload a video.
I like how you chopped it together.
I'm gonna upload a video to the Instagram for the podcast. I got that in the tuck.
Put your hoop mixtape out there.
I got that. I got it in the tuck.
Put it at the end of the clip. At the end of the
pod. I'll send it to you. I got one.
You just gotta put a clip up.
Yo, I got a nice free kick clip.
Yeah.
It's not in game. It's like when I was like in college, like you can back home training by myself.
You can send practice clips. Who was taking videos of you in practice though?
Me. Set up the camera and leave it there. You bring two balls, one to play with,
Imagine
one to set up the
your
camera.
dad pulled up the practice and just like started recording.
Nah, it was when I was like running on my own.
Yeah. For like
Was your
college.
dad that
Yeah.
guy
No.
who would like show up to like JV practice?
No.
My son should be on varsity.
My pops didn't come to my game. I shouldn't even talk about that. But no, he wasn't like that.
Shout out to those parents.
No, not shout out to those parents because I refed. Those parents suck. Sounds like we're winding down here.
Yeah.
You got anything else y'all want to touch on?
That's it.
What's it?
I think we're good for the week.
All right. This has been another episode of the Over the Top Podcast. You can follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Over the Top Podcast. Follow us on Instagram. We'll post a link at the end of this because we haven't made it yet. Not going to lie to you.
TikTok too.
TikTok. We're going to have some clips on TikTok, Instagram, all of
You
that.
want to see Brandon doing
Like,
funny
share,
dances?
follow, subscribe, all of that. Tell your friends, friends. Your friends that don't like soccer, tell them. Your friends that do like soccer, tell them. Tell your granny, your auntie, your mama, tell everybody. Yeah, I want to say anything?
You forget anybody else?
Nah, cousins, brothers, sisters, everybody, teachers, coaches. Any of my old coaches watch this, shout out to y'all. But no, yeah, good. Everybody
Shout
good.
out to the whole world.
Shout out to everybody, man. Have a great day.
We
Stay
appreciate you
blessed. You
guys.
know what I'm saying? Stay positive. We out. I'm out of here. We out of here.